Hello, hi, good evening, and a warm welcome to all of you in today's webinar. We will allow a couple of minutes to everyone to join in and settle down, and then we'll get started with today's discussion. In the meantime, we will discuss few important points about how we are going to conduct this webinar and how you're going to get the maximum benefit out of it. But before we go there, let me quickly check on the live stream because most of you would want to have the recording of today's session. And for that, it's crucial that the live stream should be working perfectly fine. So let me just quickly check on that. I've already started the live stream, but I have to check that it is working fine. Although on my monitor, I can see that it is working fine. Perfect. So that's fair. One of our main action item is sorted. That is you will all get the recording of today's webinar. So I can see there are a lot of participants who have just joined. So let me welcome them as well. So good evening and a very warm welcome to all of you in today's webinar. And I will prefer to refer to you as friends rather than participants. That looks very alien or sounds very alien. So if you're elder to me, excuse, and if you're younger to me, obviously I can refer to you as friends. So friends, why are we all gathered here? So we are all gathered here to discuss a very interesting topic, and this is something which is going to impact every business globally, and in spite or despite whatever is your size, whether you're a MSME or you're a startup or you are a large corporation, every single business is going to get impacted by that, and that is the AI discoverability and how are you going to prepare for that. So that's what we are going to discuss today. But today's webinar is going to be very different. How so? Because unlike typical webinars wherein the presenter just walks you through a presentation, I don't have a presentation for today's session. And I did that deliberately because we had done few webinars, and I'm not the only speaker who's talking about AI discoverability. There are many speakers, many presenters, many experts who are actively and continuously talking about AI discoverability and highlighting that this is very crucial for every business. But what I've realized or understood looking at the recording of my own webinars and participating in other speakers' webinars and presentations and talking to a lot of businesses from a business owner's perspective or a normal individual's perspective, what we are seeing is little difficult to comprehend or visualize. So it is almost as an analogy or as an example, we can consider like COVID, unless started impacting people and they started becoming breathless, that's where they realize, okay, this is serious stuff. So what we are going to do is we are going to review your business in today's session, help you understand where are the discoverability gaps so that you understand what where the issues are, and then you can work on taking the action. All right, so for that I will need volunteers, so I'll request at least 4 or 5 volunteers to share the details. I'm going to chat what details I will need, so just allow me a quick second to just add the details in the chat. So I've already chatted it. So we need your business name, your website's link. If you have created an online store on GlobalLinker, its link, your GlobalLinker profile's link. Now, in case you're not sure how to access your GlobalLinker profile, I will show you that. Just allow me a quick second to start presenting my screen. So please do start sharing your business details. And don't worry, it is not like we are going to evaluate you or point gaps. This is a positive exercise that we are doing here to help you understand where are the areas of improvement, right? So just take it positively. It is not like criticizing anyone that you have done this wrong, nothing like that. This is where you can improve. This is how you can do it better, right? So just consider it as a positive exercise. Yeah, I was telling you that. Right. So please do start sharing your details. I've added the details in the chat. We need your business name, your website's URL, and kindly share them as soon as possible so that we can review them. Yeah. And include all the details in one message, right? So instead of like just adding one detail, all the action items, you should be sharing all the details together. All right. So I was about to show you how to get your profile's URL. So let me start sharing my screen. I will just hide the floating window for some reason. So this is a demonstration account that I've just logged in, and if you go to your profile, you can go from there or you can go from here also. But I'll just click on the name initials, and this is where you have your profile, and you can share your profile. So share the company profile. You can just copy the link and then add it in the message. So that's how you can share the profile. So what you are required to share is your business name, your website's link, your GlobalLinker online store in case you have created, your GlobalLinker profile link, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. So these profiles, and what we will do is we'll review whatever you have created and help you understand where are the discoverability gaps and then how you can solve that. We'll come to that later. All right. So very quickly share the details. Okay, so I have details from a few of the participants. Thank you everyone for sharing them. So the first participant is Sunil Agrawal. Sunil ji, we'll start with you, and then we have Bipin ji, who is also a regular participant in our webinar. Welcome, Bipin ji. And then we have Shelly ji's business details, and then we have Sunshine Trade, right? So I think we have a few profiles to get started with. All right, so let me start presenting my screen and let me move the chat window to the other monitor and we will get started here. Now, obviously, I am sure that most of you are not familiar with who I am, although I know like Bipin ji knows me quite well. So but for everyone's reference, I'm going to share my introduction and then we'll get started with today's discussion, today's review. And let me hide this because otherwise it will keep obstructing your view. So this is something that we have already seen. These are the details that you have to share so that we will just have a more uh, valuable discussion rather than me just sharing slides with you and much of that just goes above your head or you're not able to relate to it, right? So let's discuss something practical which is impacting your business, right? So this is something which you have I believe already shared. If you haven't shared, you're feeling shy. It is a positive activity. This is not a negative activity. We are not to point fingers or say that you have done this mistake. I mean, this is a evolution, right? No one is perfect, not even me, right? So this is where let's work together. Let's work as a group. Let's help each other in improving our discoverability. Because trust me, this is where no matter who you are, from where you are, what is the size of your business, everyone is going to get impacted if you don't have the right discoverability. All right. Now, coming to my introduction, name is Adnan. I'm Director Digital Commerce at GlobalLinker. I have about 20 years of experience in this digital commerce trade. And other than my functional responsibilities is into looking into the digital assets that we have, the marketplaces, the website builder platforms, etc. I am also an active public speaker wherein I conduct a lot of webinars, workshops, etc. with the intention that or with the core objective that digital can be effectively leveraged, especially by MSMEs, because in today's day and age, there are umpteen number of solutions or digital technology solutions which are available. But most businesses or most business owners are not aware how to properly leverage them. And that's where this knowledge gap is impacting or affecting businesses significantly. And that's where we try to contribute as much as possible. I conducted a lot of webinars, workshops, etc. I had the wonderful opportunity of conducting more than 500 such sessions and share a little bit of knowledge and information with our 12,000 businesses. So, friends, that is a quick introduction about myself. I'm going to share my contact details with all of you, and you are all more than welcome to connect with me. And I will be happy to uh, connect with you for 15, 20 minutes, review your business, and share my inputs or my suggestions on how you can take it to the next level and improve the AI discoverability. All right, so the main point or the main agenda for today's discussion is discoverability. Now, what is discoverability? So, discoverability in a layman's term or in simple terms is your potential buyer is able to find you. That is discoverability. If I'm your customer, I'm able to find you. You're discoverable. It is that simple. But here we have a new player in the game, which is AI. Now, honestly, tell me how many of you have used AI in whatever form since today morning. Just use your hand gesture to let me know. I can see there are two, three participants who have just raised your hand. So almost everyone in one form or other has used AI. Now, similarly, when our customers or our buyers, especially in the B2B space and in export market, when they are wanting to find us, they're not Googling anymore. They're using AI because AI is not giving them a list, a long list with 10,000 results, and they have to go through it. It is giving them precise answers. They can define the criteria, and based on that, it can find the suppliers and then it can give the result. That brings a very big problem to us. If what if AI is not finding us or not recommending us? That's where you're losing business and you're not even aware. That's where I gave the COVID analogy that it is a very significant problem, and many businesses are not realizing that how significant that problem is, right? So this is something that you all have to fix. Towards the end of the webinar, I'll share a AI discoverability playbook, which has a detailed list of action items. In fact, let me show you that as well. So this is a playbook that I'm going to share with you. This is a very detailed playbook that we have created. So what are, and you can see it has different modules. So and we have tried to keep it as simple as possible. There are a few technical things. If you're not aware, you can reach out to us and we can guide you. But this is a playbook that we are going to share, or I'm going to share with you towards the end of the session. So this will help you understand what are the fixes or what are the gaps that you have to work on to ensure that you are AI discoverable. Now, this is not a one-time fix. This is an ongoing effort that you'll have to do. And over a period, you'll start becoming AI discoverable and you'll start getting results, but you'll have to start or get started as soon as possible. All right, so this is where we will now start with the main discussion. So I have the chat window on the other monitor. So if you see me looking to the other side, that's where I'm just looking at the monitor. And I can see of late, a lot of people have So, one of the user has pointed an issue with the audio. Are you hearing my voice properly? Yeah. So, Vipin Patel ji, there seems to be an issue because I use a like a professional setup here. It's a large condenser mic, so generally it does not have an issue with the audio. All right, so let's get started with our first friend. There are quite a few chats now. I am glad that now you all are participating, and that is very nice. Because otherwise, it would have become like a very boring thing where I'm just talking and you're listening, and after 5 minutes, you'll like uh, lose track of it, what I'm saying, and that is no good use of my time or your time. But this is where we are discussing. So this is one of the websites which Grand Indian Engineers Impex, which was shared. So for some reason it is not opening. Let's try www. No, it is not opening. It seems that it is work in progress. Let's check the indexability. If the pages from this particular website are indexed, are there with Google. No, it is not there with Google. So, Sunil Agrawal ji, I feel that this is a work in progress or a website which was not set up, and that's why we are not able to see it. And if you're looking on the Google, so that's where it is also not indexed. So that also indicates that the visibility is not there. Now, this is where, for a moment, before we move on to the other cases, the next case is of Bipin ji, Shift Textiles, but we'll take that up later because he is more tech savvy, so we'll evaluate it a little later. But before that, I'll move to the next organization. But uh, before I go there, this is where if you go to any AI and try to find about a business, you'll notice when it does its thing, it executes the same command which you are seeing here to know about a business. Now, it relies greatly, any AI tool relies greatly on the indexing, right? So similarly, they also index the information, they also crawl and index the information, right? So they store the information. And if I have to give you a layman's analogy to help you understand that, so all of us have gone to medicine shops, right? Chemist shops to buy medicines. Now you'll notice that medicine shops are very differently organized as compared to a grocery store or a shoe store. Now that's where they have these elaborate shelves, and you have boxes, and inside those boxes you have your medicines. Now, if you go to a medicine shop and ask, give me a strip of paracetamol, so he'll go to that gentleman will go to a particular shelf and pull out a box and then pull out a strip of paracetamol and hand it over to you. Now, imagine that gentleman is Google or AI, and if the customer comes with a query, it will go to their repositories and then pull the information and then give the results. That's what happens here. That happens with AI also, right? So this is important that your business's information is available on the Google as well as with AI. Otherwise, your discoverability will be significantly impacted. The next business I'm going to is it is Ventures Private Limited. Let's open their website. Right. So this is the website. Let's open their other links also. This is where we have the Instagram, we have the LinkedIn. All right, so this is Shelly G's business, and we have the website open in front of us. So let's quickly review it. Now, first check which I instinctively do is to check the indexing. Now, this is something that all of you can also do very easily. That just go to Google site colon and then the URL. So this is where we can see many of the pages from this particular website are indexed, but there are a few of them. So I think only four, five of them are there. One, two, three, four, and five. Now, if you only deal with five products, then that is fine. But if you are dealing with more than five, and this is where we can see there are more than five, this is an issue. Shaliji, this is an issue because many of the pages are not indexed with Google. Now, let's go further with this website. So, the first thing that you have to ensure or you have to work on, and that is the amount of text content which is there. And in a lot of websites you'll notice that the amount of text content which is there on the home screen is considerably less. It is all very visually heavy. Try to have more content, ideally around 200 to 300 words. So this is where I think we have just one paragraph talking about the business, so this should have more content. So that's one suggestion about the website. Second one, let's go to the business information pages, which popularly is known as about us or our story, etc. Now, this is where we have the our story page, and this is where we have some information. Now, as far as the text content goes, I think it is still on the lower side. Will not go and like calculate how many words are there, but as I'm seeing it or reviewing it visually, it looks like it can be improved further. Now, the another significant issue that I've noticed here is the lack of or less business information content that you have created. Now, imagine that there is a business overseas client and they are using an AI and they have instructed, like, find me a business that provides industrial or good quality uh, aluminum foils and aluminum uh, packing materials, etc. And they should have these certifications and they should have these specifications. Now, because you haven't talked about your certification or what has been your history, what has been your story, or if there's a sustainability angle, or if there's any other angle which is very particular for international clients, you haven't talked about any of that in this website, right? So that's where uh, from your AI discoverability perspective, there is this big gap, which is the lack of business information content. Now, as a thumb rule, you should consider having at least five to seven business information pages, and that can be about your business, about your team, about your story, about the certifications, etc. In fact, let me see if I can show you an example. I'm not sure if I have that open here. Just, yeah, let me just open that very quickly. I may have closed it by mistake. I had that open. I remembered. Right. So let's take this website as an example. This is an exporter's website. Now here, you'll see about us is there. Almost everyone has that. Now you have certifications and compliance. Now tomorrow, if some gentleman sitting in Europe ask AI that find me a business that is exporting organic black pepper and who has these certifications, because you have talked about your certifications, AI will know, okay, this business has these certification. What is going to be the export process? Now, if you have read about AI discoverability, you may know that AI likes or it needs a question answer type content. So what is going to be the step-by-step export process, right? So each step is defined. And again, you'll see the content is not like a long form content. It is bullet points to help AI consume this content in a better way and use that. And then what is the procurement process and sustainability angles, right? So there's a lot of information which is added to help AI understand or better understand that business, right? So this is one suggestion where you should be working on. Now, coming to the products, that's where you have aluminum profile. This is where you have all the aluminum profile. Now, because there are less number of products here, but ideally try to provide a filter so that the customer can easily navigate through. So if they're looking for 9 meter, 72 meters or 18 meters, right? So a filter of length can easily help them understand like, okay, this is the product that I have to look into, and then they can easily go there. Now and the image is not clickable, which should be, because instinctively we tend to click on images and that's not happening. Let's click on read more, and that brings you to the product detail page. This is the product detail page. The image is quite small. It should be larger so that the person can see it in a better way. I think the same image is top there. And then you have the specifications, and then you have other details. So this information is again on a lower side. Ideally, it should be around 100 to 150 or 200 words. Anything less than 100 is quite less in terms of content. Anything more than 200 is like Google considers, or not AI, but Google considers it is going to impact the user experience, right? So 100 is, or 100 to 150 is a sweet spot where you should be adding the content, and you should be adding more details and as much details as possible. Let me see if I can show you a product, right? So this is a cotton oil. Yeah, cotton seed oil. So this is where you have this description and this description, right? So you need lot of content about the product, right? So this is where you should not be uh, conservative about talking about your product, right? So the more information that you'll add about your product, the better, right? What is the kind of certification that you have here? What is the specification? What is the shelf life? What is the package size or carton size? Carton size, I think you have already talked about, and other details you should be mentioning here related to the product, so that it helps with your AI discoverability. I'm glad that you have the get quote button here, but it is linked to an email. Ideally, it should be going to a form. So if I take you back to that product which I was showing you, this goes to the form and it is about this particular product. So I can tell like what the quantity I'm requiring, what is the delivery destination, etc. Right? So very clearly I can specify that this is the requirement that I am wanting to get fulfilled. Now, for a moment, I'm clicking on get code. Now, I don't have an email client. I don't use Outlook. I will have a challenge. Then I'll have to go and look for your email ID and contact, right? So that's where you'll have significant amount of drop-offs happening here. So you'll have to work on fixing that. All right, so that is of the product detail page. So very quickly, the takeaways, the big takeaways which are there for you. Homepage, try to have more text content sections, add more business information pages, add more content to the products, and have a quotation option, ideally a form, so that the person can easily and quickly contact you. The biggest issue which is impacting your discoverability is all your pages are not indexed. I believe you have quite a few products here in aluminum foil itself. Then you have containers, etc. So certainly you have more than five, and only 5 pages are indexed. So that is there. Let's quickly have a look at the Meta also. So this is where this is one of your product which is indexed with Google. The top blue text that you're seeing, this is the meta title. And this has your product name and then the company name. Now, 250 ml, what it is, like LU Shield 250 ml. It is a container, I believe, right? Yeah, it is a container. It should be Alu Shield 250 ml. I think what they have done is they have just used the title here, and then the meta is also the meta description, which you are seeing here in gray. It is also coming from the product. So meta title and meta description is not added to the products, and which is going to impact your discoverability, right? So that's another gap. So one is all the pages are not indexed. Second is your meta title and meta description is not added. And if you recall, I was giving that medicine store example. So again, the sharper meta title and meta description is, the easier it will be for the gentleman to find the right box and pull out, right? So that's why this information is very, very crucial. And all of you on each page, you should be optimizing meta title and meta description. In fact, if you hire a search engine optimization expert, and if he or she is an expert, the first thing they will work on is optimizing your title, the product title, and the meta title, because this has the most amount of impact and ensuring the right keywords are added there. All right, so very quickly, let's look at the social profiles also, because this is all part of your digital visibility. Your website is the source, because AI will reference your website. It will, uh, to understand your trustworthiness and your domain expertise, it will rely on your social activities. But for majority of the information about your business, about your products, it is going to rely on your website, right? So that is very important. And this is where we are looking at your social profile. This is the Instagram profile that we are looking at. Now, this is alushield.in. I believe your business name is alushield, which is good, but there's no reason to add that again in the bio, right? So alushield by Alupac Ventures Private Limited. This is where you should be explaining, like, leading manufacturers of aluminum film and aluminum containers, like that. Crafting micro embasses, kitchen foils, etc. This can be improved further. You can run it across through an AI, and it can be improved. And let's come here. These are looking nicely generated. Now, this is something, for a moment, let's talk something which is important and which is crucial for all of you, especially on social media. Now, what I have noticed, and this is where I'm talking about based on my experience of, like, interacting and reviewing businesses of probably 200 businesses like yours. So, especially on social media, what I've noticed that a lot of businesses, when they're posting, they this is a video, but if we are looking here, they sometimes post images like this. This is where there's no text. So unless you're providing a text, there's no context for the user. What is this post about, or what is this post about, right? So there's no context, right? So add a context. I think this is also a video, but if you're doing a visual, if you're doing an image, but there's no text on it, there's no context for the user, right? So it becomes very confusing. So add some, and then also don't get carried away. I've seen businesses like they'll fill every millimeter of the image with text. You shouldn't do that. More, text should not cover more than 24% of the overall image that you have. So that is another thing. The next is, and unless you're someone who's working on building a brand, you should have a very clear vision for anything that you are doing socially, because your intention, your effort that you're putting on social media is to generate leads, right? Let's be honest. That's what you want. Now, for that, how are you ensuring that is happening? Now, when you're posting, you should somewhere write, right? Want to buy it in bulk? Inquire here, right? So, unless you're working on brand building, then this type of post is okay. But every post should have a clear message that if you are interested in buying these product, inquire now, right? So call to action should be there. Second is how that call to action, right? So you have to look at the entire journey. I'm posting this image. Is this communicating the entire message? Is this communicating the message correctly, that I want you to look at this product, and if you're interested in buying this product, you should connect with me? Is it conveying that message? And if that message is conveyed, how is that person, how is that gentleman or lady going to connect with me? Am I giving them an option here? So ideally, you should have some form or link to a form or link back to your website, which should be added here so that it is easier for that person to click on it and then go back to your website, right? Now, for inspiration, you can take a car company, whichever company, irrespective. You go to their social media profile, check out one of the products, and click on the link. It will go take them to the website. But the first thing that will open is an inquiry form which will capture your contact information, right? That happens because for them, your contact information is correct because they want to capture the lead. And we want to do that more desperately. So that's where it should have a option. Now on Instagram, that is a challenge unless you have a blue tick, etc. But on Facebook and LinkedIn, you can do that very, very easily. So do utilize that so that if I come across, because understand, people don't want to take actions or don't want to uh, put effort. So you should be making it as easy as possible for them, right? So it should be like click here straight away. They are able to send you an inquiry, right? So that should be there. Now, few other journal suggestions that I would want to share with around social media is the consistency. Now, that is a big area where I see people struggle because you're running a business and it is a challenge for you. So that's where you can leverage AI extensively. You can use AI to create your entire social media calendar, create the content, and then you can use a scheduling service to schedule everything. So if you're spending like 2 hours every month, your entire month of social media content is created and it gets auto posted. Now, very quickly, looking at the LinkedIn profile. Now, this is very nicely done. If I'm just looking at the top banner, there's a text and it is clarifying the intent, right? So they are premium aluminum packaging solution provider. So just looking at that text, I'm able to understand if that text was not there. Just an example, you can imagine how then it is up to my imagination to imagine like what this business is. All right, so coming down below, this is where we have the about section. This is the most crucial because this gets also gets an index and is used for search also. So try to add a more detailed description about your business and more details and have your employees join also here. And then we have the post. And this is where you have multiple posts. So this was done 1 day ago, and then we have the other one which was done 1 month ago. Okay, and 2 months ago. So this is almost appearing like you're doing a post on LinkedIn once a month. Please increase the frequency. The least should be at least once in a week, ideally 2 to 3 times or 5 times. If 5 times you can do, otherwise 3 times is something that you should try. If that's not possible, at least once in a week should be there. So you're actively posting, and you should not just be talking about your products. You can talk about a lot of stuff about environment and sustainability, case studies, industry insights, how your industry is heading, what are the challenges that you're facing. So there's a lot of information, a lot of quick, good content that you can create. Again, always add a call to action. Now, a lot of businesses I've seen they add phone numbers. This is the least digital call to action. Now, what if I am seeing your post at 2 a.m.? I'm not going to call you, and by in the morning I'll forget about it. So have a option. Now, even if I'm going to the website, that's where again I will be lost. If I click on it, I'll go to the website, I'll land on the website, but I may be lost. Like, where should I go? Land them on a form where they can at least share their contact details so that you can, whenever you are available, you can reach out to them, you can connect with them. All right. So that is about the LinkedIn, and then consistency is there. And this is the Facebook profile. Again, the same feedback is there. Uh, Work on the intro, add the details, consistency. So that should be there. So this is one business that we have reviewed and uh, hope, Shaliji, you have taken notes of what we had discussed. Now let's move to the next business. And my mouse is acting up for some reason. Next business is from Mr. Santosh. So let's go to Mr. Santosh's website. He has just shared the website link. So we'll start with that. Let me close all these. All right. So this is Sunshine Trade Exim by Mr. Santosh. So this is Mr. Santosh's website. Nice animation. And I can see there is a good amount of text that you have added. Just ensure that it is not getting repeated. So the two sections should have, yeah, this is different. Why chooses. All right, so this is here, and let me try with this URL. For some reason, your website is not indexed. Let's try with the, yeah, with HTTPS. It is indexed, but again, like only a few pages are there. So we'll come to that later. Let's quickly look at the website. So about the homepage, you have decent amount of content, which is nice, but for some reason, these banners are taking quite long to load. Kindly look into that. We will open your Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn from here. Let's go to About Us for a moment. So this is the About Us page, and it has a fairly large image. Like for a moment, I thought I have not opened. I'm on the home page itself, and then you have the About Us text. Now this is where again, firstly, the text is quite less. Then you should also have more pages like about your team. You should be introducing yourself and your team, and then why should someone do business with you, or your story. If you have been in business for some time, then you must have your history, and then if you have testimonials and case studies available, right? So I showed you the other website, the exporters website earlier, and I'm not saying that you should have exactly the same pages, but this is just as inspiration, right? So this is how you can do that: certifications, testimonials, sustainability, because they are into agree sustainability is very important. How are they sourcing their product? What is the export process? And there are many things that you can talk about your business, right? So just imagine whatever question your potential customers will have, you should have that information on your website, because you don't know, a person, one of your potential customer may ask AI, right? So evaluate on that parameter. Now, for that, if you don't have the information on your website and it is not indexed, you're out of the race even before you it began. All right, let's have a look how this looks on the mobile, because I'm curious. This is a fairly okay. It is getting resized, so we can see it. This is how it looks on a mobile. Right, let's go back to the desktop view. So the first feedback for you, Santoshji, is you should have more content pages. Let's quickly go to the products. This is where you have your products. So this is our products, and this is where you have so you have nitrate rubber sheets, etc. So this is where the biggest gap is, because when a AI is looking for a product, or when someone ask AI that find me a supplier of this product, because you have not created it as an independent page, it does not have its own entity on the internet, it is very difficult for you to get discovered, right? So this is where your biggest gap lies in the discoverability. Now, for a moment, if I take you to this exporters website, let's go to spices. Now, all these spices, although this is not related to your industry, but I hope it helps you understand. So this is where we have Tejpata, this is where we have coriander, this is where we have cardamom, etc. So all of these are independent pages. They have their own title, they have their own meta title, they have their own description, their images, etc. Right? So this is where internet knows, or Google knows, as well as AI knows, that black pepper is supplied by this particular exporter. What is the name? Lakshata Organics, right? But in your case, it will not. It will be very, very hard because you will be very down. Even if you get discovered, yeah, you will be very down below. So each one of these, EDPM, rubber sheet, it should be a product. Wheaton, PKF rubber sheet. This should be a product with proper image and these specifications. You added bullet points, which is nice, but again, the volume is less. It should be for each product, it should be like 100 words minimum of content that you should be adding. So this is a significant gap which is there. Now, again, the other gap which is there, which is how do I connect with you? The option I have is I can chat with you on WhatsApp. Otherwise, if I want to connect with you through your website, that option is not available. Let's see what this quick code does. So, okay, it is bringing me to a form, but this is where I have to go and then tell you like this is what I'm wanting, and then so that is additional effort. What we are trying to do is to eliminate our users' effort. So click on send inquiry. Everything is added here. They have to just add few details and they're good to go. So that should be uh, your target. Very quickly going to your Facebook profile. So this is where you are intro trading and export import. Now, at least mention your product. This is your intro. The Facebook page, trading and export and import. Very nice. But what products? Because product is the key, right? So people are not searching for traders or exporters or importers. They are searching for black pepper. They are searching for nitrate rubber sheet, right? So that is something that you should be focusing on. Another thing which I missed sharing earlier, your business address, your phone number, and your business name should be same across on your website, on your social channels, on your Google My Business listing, everywhere. It should be the same. Otherwise, AI will not be able to link all your properties and you will not get the benefit of the effort that you are putting, right? So that is another point, Santoshi. Okay, I was looking for your location. Let's go to contact. That is another issue, that you don't have Google My Business profile. Now, for AI discoverability, Google My Business profile is very important. AI relies heavily. In fact, it is said that your Google My Business profile is your passport for AI discoverability. So, Santoshi, please, this is the immediate thing I would recommend. After this webinar, that's the first thing that you should be doing, that you should create your Google My Business profile, because that's where you will be lacking significantly. Uh, for the social media post, I think I've already talked at length about what you should be doing, consistency, and then have a clear lead capture mechanism or lead capture option. Now, this is where you have a lot of text which you have added to the post. Now, if I was on a mobile, I will have to scroll quite a bit to review all of that. You have added your website link, but again, it is going to get them there. They have to do another click. So in least amount of click, you should be adding a link to a form. They click on it and they submit. Right? If your Instagram profile for some reason is not visible and your Sunshine Trade LinkedIn, okay, LinkedIn URL is added wrongly, so we can't review that. So I hope Santoshi you have added or noted the points. Let's move to the next friend. So next business is Miraya Art. I hope I'm spelling it correctly. From Pooja G. So let's review that. I will close Santosh Ji's website. All right, so this is where we have, and they have also shared the Instagram and Facebook. So let me just quickly open them. All right. So for a moment, when I opened this website, I was confused, like where is the navigation? I think this is designed this way, but it's looking quite unusual. Okay. Now I'm not sure how easy it would be to review it on a mobile. Let's see how it looks on a mobile. So this is how it looks. So about us, this is the content, and it is quite a bit of scroll. Range, this is where you have the product name, and this is where you have and then you have new product, etc. Let's go to the desktop view. All right, so you have a overlay here, and then you have new products, most popular, etc. Let's go to new products. Okay, it is taking me to Instagram and most popular. Okay, so I think yeah, it is taking to, it is linked, all the banners are linked to Instagram. So this where anyone who's coming to your website, they will only be able to read a little bit. And again, because you have added everything to the home screen. So again, from a AI perspective, because it is not a about us page and this is not a product page, it will not be discovered, or it will not be discoverable. Let's check the indexation. Only one page, right? So there's no information about your products, there's no information about the categories, the customer testimonials, nothing is there, only this. And this is where, again, you don't have a meta, so no one knows what you are dealing with. And then the product meta description is added here. So my Miara Arts is showcasing Indian art and handicraft specialized in Bantani, Leheria, Gota works, etc., etc. Okay, so it is not talking whether you're a bulk exporter. All that information is not available. So ideally, you should have like one page for this, and achievements and rewards. It should be a page, and then your products should be independently, right? So like I was showing, so multiple pages, and then you should have individual products uploaded separately. All right, now coming to your social profile, this is where you have that, and then people have to connect with you. Now, because you are adding actual work, visuals, etc., so there's a lot of uh, engagement that you're building, and which is commendable. But uh, I think it will help you a lot if you are structuring your website, making it structured, and then approaching that so that it becomes easier for your buyers as well as AI to understand. Now, at this moment, if I'm honest with you, you are not AI discoverable, because there's literally nothing indexed about your business, or very little is indexed about your business, that is helping AI to understand what your business. And plus, internationally, I'm not sure if businesses will be able to understand. Now, try to have a different bio here, explaining, like you should have a punchline, not the business name repeated two times, and then when backed venture, very good. Uh, Now, this is where you should be focusing on the products, and you have mentioned your exporter. Now, if you're an exporter, this is where you have to urgently worked on your discoverability, because this is where you are not AI discoverable, or even on search, you are not discoverable. So that is impacting your business significantly. Your intro is added, which is very nice. On the top, for the banner, you have added Ganeshji's visual, which is very nice. But if you're adding visuals about your products, then do add some text so that it is easier. Like, so I talked about Shelly G's business, wherein they have added a line explaining that they are a leading manufacturer of aluminum foil and storage products. So similar to that, add that so that it is easier, because a lot of time people just see the top part and then they move ahead. Intro can be made sharper, and then because you're very active on social media, so there's where you're posting consistency. uh, that suggestion also holds true for you, that give a digital call to action and make it as easy as possible for anyone to connect with you. All right, so that is there. This is your personal profile. Create a company profile for your business, and let's check if you have a Google My Business. And I hope you have the right address. Yes, wonderful. You have Google My Business, and this is for everyone. Please do create Google My Business. Let's look at the images that you have from the owner. All right, so you have added your image of your establishment, of your products. Good. Keep every month, try to add few images there. This is where you have your business name. You have 25 reviews. Try to get as many as possible. Uh, Try to go for 100 and then 200. Ideally, try to keep it above 200, but 25 and that again, five-star reviews is very nice. A good start, but you should work on improving it further. You have the address. Now you have to ensure that this address should be same. It is not. You have failed the NAP audit. The address is different here. The address is different here. Right, so that is name, address, and phone number should be same across. Otherwise, AI will not be able to relate. You have added your phone number, closing times, etc. There is a brief about your business, which is nice. You haven't linked your social channels. You should link your social channel and also try to make it more sharp and precise uh, about your business. And then you should be regularly posting also. Google My Business profile has a post feature. Use that and regularly post about your business. All right. So we have reviewed three businesses because I have my eye on the clock as well, and we have done a detailed analysis. Uh, but I feel it helps you understand that there are gaps which are impacting your digital visibility, and your AI visibility is getting impacted, and it is going to impact you significantly because AI is slowly and gradually, and this is not, I'm talking about it will happen many years in future, few months down the line, AI will become mainstream for supplier search or any regular search. It has already become, but it will become to an extent where it will replace the generic search that we have. Now, when that happens, if you are not AI discoverable, it will be a serious situation for you. Now, it is always sensible to prepare for the upcoming events, and you should also prepare for that. Now, how can you solve this? Because I understand all of you are business owners, and it is absolutely impossible for you to fix everything, to have that kind of expertise, because you are running a business, you are a product expert. Pooja ji is an expert into fabrics. She knows the product and she can talk about the product day in day out. But when it comes to technology, that's where the challenge lies. Now, to help all of you solve this challenge in the easiest and the quickest manner, what we have done is we have created this service. It is called Done For Me B2B website digital catalog setup service. This is something that we have built based on a lot of feedback and a lot of requests that we have received from business owners like you, because we understand AI discoverability is crucial. But when you are doing, you are struggling, you don't have time, and even if you are doing, you are not able to do it the right way, which is impacting your business significantly. So that's where you can consider availing this service. This is where our team of experts will do the entire end to end setup. What all it includes. So it includes upload of 100 products, and it is not just upload, it includes AI enhancement to the content, right? So over the throughout the session, I had been talking about that your product content is less, your product content should be 100 to 150 words, and it should have all the relevant keywords, etc. It is quite difficult if you have to do it yourself. But we have created proprietary AI processes. Using that, we will be able to do that. If AI image enhancement is required, we will do that as well. We'll ensure that proper meta information is added so that your meta title and meta keyword, they are properly updated, so that your business information is getting properly indexed with Google and as well as AI. Creating business information pages. I showed you multiple pages like about us, exports, testimonials, case studies, etc. Those kind of pages, and not just creating them with information, properly designed pages with proper design like these. So at least 5 pages. If required, we'll create more. So we'll evaluate your business and understand, but minimum 5 pages we'll create. Basic SEO setup, which is the on-page SEO, which is the foundation of your discoverability, whether it is search or AI discoverability. And that's where updating optimized meta title and description on each page, creating 5 to 7 blog articles that are answering the most relevant questions related to your business, and integration with Google Search Console, so that we can literally force Google to know about your business and ensure that all the pages are indexed. And if there is an issue, we can fix on that. So that's the Google Search Console. And then we have the design. So that's where the custom design banners will be created for your business, and color scheme customization will be there. Uh, Listing your products on GlobalLinker Marketplace, Indian Business Portal, ONDC if you are into B2C, we'll also do that. We will also train you. So it is not like we'll set it up and then you have to scratch your head to understand, oh, how do I manage it? No, we will also train, because it is important that going forward, you have to work. Towards the start of the webinar, I said that this is not like a one-time thing. One time is required so that you have the foundation, but over the period, you have to keep creating the right content. Now, that's where this training comes in place, so that if you have to add a blog article, or if you have to respond to a buyer's inquiry, how will you do that? Or if you have to add a new product, how will you do that? So we'll train you. We'll do two separate sessions so that you are not overwhelmed and you're able to understand, and you will have a dedicated project manager. Because uh, in a lot of organizations, clients have to run from department to department to get their work done. Nothing like that. There's a dedicated project manager which gets assigned to you, and then he or she handles everything that is there to your project. And then updating your company profile, because if you're listed on GlobalLinker, then your company profile is crucial, because any international buyer or domestic buyer, if they are wanting to connect with you, they would want to understand more about you, and that's where your company profile. So we also optimize that. If you're a B2C seller, we will also do payment, or we will also help with payment and logistic integration, and it includes the premium subscription for about 4,000 or 5,000, 4,999 for the first year, right? So this is the service I would want to strongly recommend to you, that you should consider utilizing this service, so that you are able to fix or solve the AI discoverability issue which is there with your business. All right, so this is a suggestion. I'm going to share the link to this service with everyone in the chat. And I am going to now turn off the screen share, and we'll break into the question answer round. So if there's any question, if there's any query, please do let me know. And in the meantime, I did mention to you that I'm going to share my contact details with all of you. So let me share that as well. And while I'm sharing my contact details, I would want to have a candid feedback from most of you or all of you that did you liked today's session wherein we did the live review, or the presentation thing would have been better? I personally liked today's session because I was able to talk to you on the live matters. And thank you, everyone, for sharing your details. And I hope you took notes of the feedback which I provided. Now, you'll get the recording. So, in case you haven't taken the notes, you can refer to the recording and then you can work on that. So, the first question in the chat I can see is from Mr. Rafiq. Is it worth 24,999? Yes, Mr. Rafiq, it is worth 24,999. It includes, and it is inclusive of taxes. So your GST is included. So if you take out the GST, it is worth 21. And then if you take out the first year freemium subscription, then it is about 15 or 16,000. All right. Thank you, Pooja ji. I am glad that you found the session informative. So, this is where Mr. Rafiq has made a point that it is too expensive. So, Mr. Rafiq, let me answer your point. Now, if you are comparing, and this is where I am not sure, I don't understand your logic why you're saying that it is too expensive. But if you have to create the right visibility in front of AI and in front of international buyer, this is one of the most cheapest option that you're getting. If you compare, and I'm not sure if you have an experience of getting websites built, websites to the scale which we are building will typically cost you around 1.5 lakh rupees to get it set up, right? So if you're comparing 1.5 lakh to 25,000, that is a bargain which you should be extremely happy to take, right? So, I'll be more than happy to connect with you and help you understand why this pricing is there. But realistically, the amount of effort which goes in creating the right content, etc., and ensuring the right visibility, it is a deal that you're getting. All right. So, Prashantji, you want to share, you want to have examples of, yeah, please drop me an email, or otherwise after this session, I'll send you an email with the links. Uh, Next question, I'm just reading the chats at this moment. So Anuradha, we already have a website. So Anuradha ji, if you were present earlier in this session, that's where we reviewed a few of the friends' websites who had been kind enough to share their website links, and we evaluated it. And you saw, we went through three businesses, and because of paucity of time, I couldn't go through all of the friends who have shared their business or who have volunteered to share their businesses details for review. But you notice all three had gaps, and all three were not AI discoverable, right? If even if you have a website, I'll be more than happy to review it. You can drop me an email, I can review it and let you know whether your business is AI discoverable, right? So let's be very clear. If you have a website, that does not mean you are AI discoverable. It does not mean you have to become AI discoverable. Uh, Next question. Okay, there are quite a few questions coming in. Next question is from Mr. Rama Anujam, and his question is, he already has a domain, right? So your domain will get pointed onto our server. So there are many businesses, or most of the businesses are using the websites created on our platform as their primary websites. So once the website setup gets completed, the domain gets pointed onto our server, and this goes live on your server, right? Uh, so your existing domain will work here. Uh, Next question is from Aviva International. Will GlobalLinker be addressing these? Yes, that's what we do with these projects. We help businesses overcome these gaps which are there. All right, so now in the Q&A, I have a question from Payal ji, and her question is they only have LinkedIn and they don't have Facebook and Instagram. Ideally, you should have LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Google My Business profile. And if you can create short form videos, then consider having a YouTube channel as well. So, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Google My Business profile, all five are required. You can go gradually. It is not like day one you have to create everything. So you can plan out everything. And the most important is not creating pages, right? Within 2 minutes, you can create very easily. I'm sure of that. You should have a content plan around that. If I'm creating property, it should not be I created it and then it is abandoned. It is no good use of your time. So create a content plan when you're sure that you'll be able to create and manage the content. That's where you should get started, right? So go gradually, one profile by other, and then you should be able and leverage AI as extensively as possible. All right. Okay, so Payalji, even if you have a B2B business, so the businesses we reviewed, they were all B2B. So even if you have a B2B business, you should have your social media profile, right? We have businesses who make walls, the plumbing walls and industrial walls, or we have businesses who make construction machinery. They all have social media profile. They have Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, right? YouTube, they have a lot of videos on YouTube, right? So irrespective of what business you are into, B2B, B2C, you should have social media presence, right? So that helps build a lot of credibility and trust, domain expertise, right? So for that, your social profiles are needed. So it is not just having a website or not just having one social media profile. The more, the better. Next question, very interesting one from Mr. Ram Anujam. If there are any discount for few registered members, so this is where, sir, the pricing for this particular offer is 40,000, and we are running an introductory offer. So that's where we have already deep discounted it to 24,999, which is inclusive of taxes. So it is already at a significant discount, and we are already giving a discount to all our users and few registered members as well. All right, so yeah, contact details I think I've already shared, and let me share them. Yeah. Right, so this is where I'm sharing the link to that page, which I mentioned, which is the page about that service. So any question, any last question before we conclude the session for today? All right, perfect. So I am not seeing any other question. So this is where let's conclude this session for today. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for your time. Hope you enjoyed today's session. Hope you were able to learn new things. I really enjoyed today's session, and I would love to have more such sessions. And we'll try to move a little quicker. I realize that we should have at least reviewed five businesses, but we'll try to do it in the next session. All right. So next, thank you, everyone. Thanks for